y'all. Hello, everybody. Welcome to DDTS 796. It is July the 4th, 2026. Let me get my thing up. I think this right. Um, I can't. I don't know how to fix it, but I'm just gonna put my regular avatar up there. Let me put my regular one up there. Alright, hold on, y'all. Well, my avatar stuff. Oh, right here. Okay. Let me put that down. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to DDTS. And welcome to episode 796. I don't own any music in the background. I'm just so excited to be doing this live. I actually was inspired. I was inspired by one of my best friends from the SIP. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Lord. I was inspired. Oh my goodness. I was inspired by one of my greatest friends from the SIP. If you have not subscribed to him yet, please be sure to do so. He inspired me last night on the live that he did to do this video. And for that, I want to thank him and so many others. But first, if you have not yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you will get notified when I have new videos available. We're going to be talking about 2 topics today. It might be 3 of them, I don't know. I'm going to be doing this for about an hour or however long whenever I'm done getting these topics out the way. I do know y'all probably saw on my thumbnail and it identified why I will not be celebrating the 4th of July. I think I'm going to talk about that first. But today, we're just going to go ahead and get some stuff out the way. So as you know, if you have not followed me, I'm DeAndre Hobbs. I am a content creator, YouTuber. This is my channel. I'm trying to get into going live more. I think I'm going to be doing my episodes live from now on until I change it because it saves so much space in your phone. But I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and get into today's video. Let's go ahead and get into today's live episode. Now, you probably saw on my thumbnail that I said why I will not be celebrating the 4th. Well, let me go ahead and get into it with you. Hello, Amali YT. Hello. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to you. Welcome to the live. Now, the reason I said that I will not be celebrating the 4th of July because honestly, It's just a regular day to me. It's just a regular day to me. It's nothing special to me. Well, I'm not going to say it's nothing special, but I will say today marks 250 years that America has been here, I guess. So happy birthday, happy 250th birthday, America. The United States of America, we can say that. So happy birthday, America. And I will also say this. The reason that I will not be celebrating the 4th of July, the reason I choose not to celebrate the 4th of July this year or possibly any other years is because I'm gonna put some of this on. I don't own rights to the music, y'all. But the main reason that I would not be celebrating the 4th of July this year or any other years and why I look at it as a regular day is because, you know, if you know, you know, the peoples of my community, the black community, our ancestors, still on this day of 1776, our ancestors, my ancestors were still allegedly and truthfully slaves. They were not free. They were still being slaves and they were still being tortured and any other things that happened to our ancestors, my ancestors. And I cannot celebrate anything that is a bad reminder of that. Like, yes, we got Juneteenth. I love it. Juneteenth is our holiday. It celebrates freedom. It celebrates so many wonderful things. But July the 4th, I refuse to celebrate a holiday that that does not that does not represent us. It does not represent us. Now I know over the years and decades, people's barbecued and drank and listen to music, this and that and third. Now I might have a little drink, but that doesn't mean I'm celebrating. It's because I want to. But I don't want to be a part of a celebration that our ancestors, peoples of my community, were not free. They were still being captive in a way. Because think about it. Because I saw this video on TikTok. This video was shared to me on TikTok. And I think the person on this TikTok video said this directly. I might not say it in the right quotation that he said it in, but I'm going to do my best to say it in that way. He said, while he said allegedly, while we are celebrating the 4th of July, dancing, partying, you know, this and that and the third, we are forgetting that on this day, you know, peoples of our community, the black community, they were eaten, they were tortured, they were, you know, essayed, this and that and the third, which is allegedly true. And let's not forget that the black men who were slaves were also essayed and basically took advantage of the slave masters as well. I don't mean to go back in that form of domation, but it's the truth. I'd rather give you the information. I'd rather give you the right and not the wrong. I'd rather be honest than to tell a lie. I can go on and on and on, but I'm not. But the simple fact of the matter is that I refuse to celebrate a holiday where we as the black community and ancestors, we were still being, you know, our ancestors were still being essayed, still being locked up, while peoples back in their time didn't treat blacks right anyway. They eat them, they ate them, they tortured them, you know, lynched them, and all the history that comes along with it. And let's not forget that women, black women, was also lynched. A pregnant woman You know, she was pregnant. They cut her open. You know, it's so much, but I'd rather not go into that. But I refuse to celebrate a holiday that does not do us any justice. Now, I do remember the 4th of July when we all used to have family reunions, this and that and the third. We all used to have family reunions, used to barbecue, this and that and the third. You know, this was before I knew any of this history that I know now. This was before then. I know when I was little, we used to have family reunions. That's when the family used to come together. This was before I knew of the history. But now that I done got older, and wiser, and I've made up my decision, I've decided that I do not want to celebrate a holiday that does not do us any justice. Juneteenth is the only holiday that I consider our holiday, that I consider a holiday of freedom, not the 4th of July. The 4th of July is just a holiday to be a reminder that people of my community was still being tortured and was still slaves, that was still being locked up. And I will say this, happy birthday to America, 250th birthday. I will say that. I'm not going to knock that down. Happy birthday, America. But let's not forget, my peoples, let's not forget of the fact that this isn't our holiday to celebrate. Yes, I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be in America. But I am not proud by the history that we still have to be reminded of this day of 1776, of the fact that our community was still being treated wrongly, and it's still going on to this very day. So when people look at us black Americans and black peoples and wonder why we so angry and wonder why they call us, say we got attitude, and they try to tell us to get over it, some things you just cannot get over, and some things you just cannot forget. So that's why I would not be celebrating the 4th. If I do drink a beer, if I do drink something, probably be one beer. If I do drink something, it'd probably be a little bottle of wine or something like that, a little glass of wine. Not because it's July the 4th, but because I feel obligated and I want to. So I'm going to put it in that aspect. And that's why I will not be celebrating the 4th. 1 second, y'all. And that's why I will not be celebrating this. I will not be celebrating this at all. And I'm just had to put that out there. I know a lot of y'all might not agree with me, and that's totally fine. But that's just how I see it. So let me know what you guys think of that topic. So let's go ahead and get on to the next one. Now let's get into this topic that I want to elaborate on. It says, India RE doubles down on Spinnet music, exclusive criticism. Make wise choices, y'all. This is what allegedly songwriter, singer, R&B singer, soul singer, India RE had to say about her comments on Spin That. Now, Spin That, I've heard the song a couple of times, and I will say this, I truly love the song. You know, I listen to the lyrics, I love the beat. I love the beat. And I think it's one part that I really love. Spin that, spin that, spin that. And you know, people were doing challenges and everything to it. Lisa Ray, a person that I follow on TikTok, and many other people, they were doing challenges to it. But NDRE says she doubles down on spinning it in music exclusive criticism, make wise choices. I will be elaborating on that in just a few minutes. But let me show you a picture of the Miami. This is Young Miami, y'all. She is the one that made the captivator song Spin It. And I listen to the lyrics and I truly love it. I will say this. I'm 31 years old. I'm 31 years old. And I will say this. When I look at music, I look at music, you know, very different from other people's. I'm not knocking down the new music. I'm not knocking down new artists. I can say from my experience, and I can only speak for me and other peoples that grew up around me. When I say this, I only know the music and artists that I grew up with, that I listened to when I was a little kid. You know, I'm not putting any new artists and upper coming artists down. I would never do that. But at the end of the day, I will say this. I can understand where NDRE is coming from, but I can also see Young Miami's. I can also see Young Miami's way as well. I can see her point. Basically, I can see both points. And I'm finna get into that in just a few minutes. Okay, so NDRE point, she says, I'm guessing she's saying that the lyrics of the song, I'm guessing NDRE saying the lyrics of the song is too outrageous. I'm guess she's saying it's too outrageous. And I'm guess she's saying that the lyrics got people's doing all this extracurricular stuff and making bad decisions. I'm guessing allegedly that's what NDRE is saying. And I'm also guessing she's saying that us and many other people should make wise decisions within our life, make wise decisions within the music that we listen to, make wise decisions on what this music is telling us. I'm guessing that's what NDRE is saying, allegedly. So I'm going to put it in that aspect. I really don't know. But also, I will say this, NDRE comes from a different generation, just like we all do. NDRE comes from a different generation than Young Miami does. And I'm guessing NDRE is the type of person that looks at it like, you know what, we should we shouldn't be listening to this. We should be making wise decisions. We should listen to music that's gonna calm us. We should listen to music that's gonna relax our brains. We should listen to music that's gonna make us make the decision that needs to be made. We don't need all this spitting that, this and that. I'm guessing that's what NDRE is saying. I really don't know. But at one point, I can understand where she's coming from. But on the other part, I really feel, and this is the part that I'm going to talk about, Young Miami. Young Miami, she was born in 1994. She is 32 years old, a year older than me. I will say this. Young Miami, I like the song. I like the lyrics. But I will say this. It goes hand in hand. It's 50-50. But I will say this. Let Young Miami have her moment. Let her have her opportunity. Let the peoples that love her song, and she made the song what it is, and people's doing the trend and doing the dance to it. What I'm saying is, let them have their moment, and let Young Miami have her moment. That's allegedly what I'm saying. Like, let them have their moment, and let Young Miami have her moment because it's truly deserved. A lot of y'all might not like the fact that Young Miami has Young Miami has put out the song. By the way, I don't know much about Young Miami, but what I will say is I like the song. I'm sorry, y'all. I like the song. I like the song. And if I can, I will put up the lyrics and I will be happy to read them. But I don't know, is there copyright? So I hope it's not copyright. I really hope they're not. Hold on, y'all. Okay, these are the lyrics. It says, um, scamming a ad where they add spending that money fast, spend it 20, 50s, hundreds cash. Boy, go to the Goyard bag, boosting itches. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Stuffing that S in the bag. Just to flip it, pop it, some tags. Hustlers, girl, go in the go y'all bag. Spin it, spin it, spin it. You know, like these are some of the lyrics right here. And I'm gonna let y'all see for y'all self. Now these are some of the lyrics. Now hopefully I don't get flagged for this. But yeah. Now this is India Ari. She is the one that has doubled down on the comments that were made, you know, that she made. Now she doubled down and made the comments about the lyrics and about the song Spin It by Young Miami. She basically saying that we should make wise decisions. Well, she isn't the only one. NDRE is not the only one that had something to say about the song. Lisa Ray McCoy, who played Diamond on the Players Club, I don't have a picture of her, but I might can try to squeeze to get one in. But I'm gonna show y'all, so hold on. I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. All right, let me. Now, this is Lisa Ray, everybody. This is Lisa Ray. She is from the Players Club, and she is an actress, producer, hustler, whatever you want to call her. Yeah, hold on one second. Turn this on off. One second, y'all. Okay, y'all, I am back again. So this is Lisa Ray McCoy. She is an actress. She is the older sister of the Brat, and she played off the Players Club, Silver Brand, It's All of Us, the Family Business on BET. This is Lisa Ray. This is her doing the Spin That Challenge, and she almost 60 years old, and she still looks amazing. And I'm going to say this. I guess Lisa Ray I think she does a YouTube channel. I think she does a YouTube show with Carlos King. And when she was getting interviewed about it and when she talked about it, she basically was like she felt conflicted. She felt conflicted and she did not know anything about, you know, such and such. But I'm guessing she was like, she was all about it. I wish I could pull it up. I wish I can find it and pull it up and let y'all hear it. But yeah, she even talked about it. But my honest opinion about the whole thing, I see nothing wrong with the song. And it's kind of like it's a lot of celebrities and it's a lot of peoples that have been giving their mixed feelings and they mixed opinions about the song Spin That. From NDRE to Trick Daddy to other people's. I really feel like there's nothing wrong with the song. I feel like this is Young Miami's choice and this is her moment. Let her have her moment. Because think about it, NDRE, she comes from a time, where also in her time, she's not that old. I'm not calling her old. But I think every generation of peoples and every generation of music gonna have lyrics and gonna have peoples that say some off the wall stuff, but I can give you some examples. I can tell you about Lucille Bowman. I can tell you about Bessie Smith. I can tell you about um what's her name? You know, somebody else who was a blues singer from the 1920s and 30s. You can easily, you go back and listen to Lucille Bowman when the cows go home, Lucille Bowman's Shave 'Em Dry. I think every generation of music is going to have some explicit moments, and I think every generation of music is going to have the every generation of music is going to have some lyrics, and every generation of music is going to have some explicit stuff. Every generation of music is going to talk about stuff that that we have no business listening to. But if we really must be honest, let's talk about these young teenagers, 12 and 13-year-olds that are listening to this stuff, that are doing the trends off of it and stuff. Because you do have these young individuals that are not fully grown listen to this type of stuff and they have no business doing the trend or listening to that song because that is bad. You know what I'm saying? There, that's something that we need to think about. That's something we need to think about. Don't worry about don't worry about why this person got this hit, this hit, this hit. Listen, people's at the BET Awards, people around the world love the song Spin That. I even love it. So when you think about it, let Young Miami have a moment. India Ari, I don't think she meant bad about it, but I'm guessing she just trying to look out for everybody and this and that and the third. Now I love India Ari too, Steady Love. Now that's my song. But I really do think that we as peoples and India Ari and many others, we should let Young Miami have a moment because it's been other peoples in every generation that has made a song and the lyrics will have you with your mouth jaw dropping and have you dancing and knowing good and well that we don't have no business dancing to it. So with that being said, we should let Young Miami have her moment. So yeah. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. So let me ask y'all. I know ain't nobody in here, but how am I doing so far? How am I doing so far with this with this live? I know I've had some errors and I know I've had some tongue twisters and everything. But I'm hoping I'm doing okay with this live, y'all. And if y'all are not able to catch this live, you are more than welcome to do the replay. And I want to speak up on something. I want to speak up on consistency and I want to speak up on content creation and being a YouTuber. Now, I've been doing YouTube since 2022. And some of my content has not been the best, and some of my YouTube videos have not been top tier. My editing skills have not been top tier or anything like that. But I want you all to know is that every time I do a video, I always find something different that I can do to improve my video every time. Which means I'm gonna have to start back watching my videos more and more and more and more and more and more and more after I do them. But I feel like me going live is much easier because it saves on editing, it saves on happen to do this, happen to do that, you know. So this is much simpler and much easier for me. But that's what I feel about the situation with NDRE and her comments and Young Miami and her song Spin It. I love it. I love it. I think I find nothing wrong with it. As long as these parents don't let their young children who are below 18 or this and the third don't need to be doing the trends and listen to it because that is what's wrong with this generation of kids. They listen to this music that does not benefit them, that they don't have no reason to listen to it, and they wonder why they act the way they act. So yeah. So I'm just gonna put it in that aspect. Um, I'm trying to think of something else. What do I need to cover and what should I elaborate on? I want to thank y'all for coming in. And I think that's all I have at this very moment. Oh, I did a short on I ain't got no picture. I did a short on one second, y'all. I did a short on an article that I saw that was shared to me. The POUS, the POUTS. Hold on. The president of the United States. The POUTS was allegedly supposed to do a discussion and talk about pardons, and it had a picture of P. Diddy on the other side. So with pardons, so with that being said, is P. Diddy getting a pardon? Is he getting released anytime soon? Because if that's the case, allegedly, R. Kelly should get the same treatment. Because what makes either or different? You know, I really don't know. I'm not choosing sides, but I'm not for a person getting scot-free if they did the crime. I feel like everybody has to suffer the consequences. But if you want to give out pardons to peoples, if you're going to do that for P. Diddy, do it for R. Kelly, and do it for any individual, and every individual that had to go to prison, that had to go to jail wrongfully for a crime that they did not commit. Do that for every person that was wrongly convicted for a crime that they did not commit. Do that for every single person. Because I don't understand it. Why let peoples that were innocent, that had nothing to do with the crime, suffer behind the bars? And these is peoples that have got locked up in the 70s and still in there today, or still getting released to this very day. They have missed 40 to 50 years of their life for a crime that they did not commit. If you want to pardon somebody, and if you want to give somebody freedom, give the people's freedom that was wrongly convicted, that was wrongly had their life taken away from them, their freedom, their opportunities of jobs and families and kids and grandkids. Let's just put that in that aspect. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. That's just my opinion about that, you know what I'm saying? But I gave my opinion why I would not be celebrating the 4th of July, because I feel like there's no reason to celebrate it, because that does not benefit from us, the black community. I feel like it's a waste. I feel like it's no point. Juneteenth is our 4th of July, in my opinion. Juneteenth is our 4th of July, the black community. That's our 4th of July. And what do you guys think of my comments? What do you guys think of NDRE comments? And what do you guys think of the lyrics of Young Miami's Spin It? What do you guys think? Put it in the comments. And what do you guys think of what I just said a while ago about the pardons? I'm sorry to rush, but I wanted to go ahead and get this out of there. But if I missed anything, please let me know. But that would be my video. That would be my live episode, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and do not forget to subscribe. And I will see y'all on the next live episode and video of DDTS. I love y'all. Thank you, and bye-bye.